Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to use the KWL3 chart to conduct research, group research in fact. A KWL chart lets you write down what you know, that's the K, what you already know about your topic, and then what you want to know, the W, want to know, and that's questions that you need to answer. Sometimes the teacher will give you the questions or actually probably give you an essential question, and then you will write questions that you wonder about, that you want to know in order to be able to answer that research question. The L column is for your notes. It's really, the L stands for what you learned. So you ask those questions and then you do your research and you take notes on what you learned. Your notes need to be, the notes have to be in your own words, remember. When you take notes, you're not copying and pasting off of a website. You are reading and understanding the information and then putting it in your own words there in the L column. And then once you finish and you feel like you've answered your questions and you have all kinds of notes, then you turn those notes into a paragraph in the L, the second L column over here, paragraph in your own words. And this is also what you learned, but this time it's paragraph form. And so for each question, you're going to answer that question. For each question you wrote in the W column, you're going to answer that question in the L column in a paragraph that's in your own words, summarizing your research findings. Finally, the third L column is what you learned. Actually, that's for links. Sorry. You put the link to the information to make it easy for you the next time if you want to go back and reference something, or you say, oh, there was this picture on there that I might want to use in my presentation. You can put the link there. But the link is not enough. You also need to put your MLA citation. You need to cite your sources always. And another thing, if you do find pictures or videos or maps or charts or anything else that you think is going to be useful in answering your question that you might use in your presentation, on some slides, on a visual aid, something like that, you can put that in your notes. You can put, right in the L section, you can put pictures and you can put video links and you can put all of that. Just remember, you got to cite your source over here every single time. Please cite your sources. Each person will be working in the group on the same document. So you'll take the blank KWL3 chart, you will make a copy of it, one person in your group will do this, and then share it with everyone in the group and with me, then, and with the teacher, I should say. Then you each put your name, you each open the document, so you're all on the same document, and you each choose a signature color. And you type your name here in your signature color. This color is going to be your color throughout. This way, when the teacher looks at the document, it's very easy to see who is doing what work. Here, you put the question. What is the essential question, the big idea, research question the teacher is asking you? And you put that here. Or maybe you're coming up with your own question, what you want to know. Maybe you've been given a category and you have to come up with your own question there. You and the group work together and you write the question. Remember, each person is writing it in their own color. If you come up with the question as a group, well, maybe you put a few words in each color. Then the teacher knows that you've all helped write that question. Next is search terms, categories, and topics. In this area, you take that question and you start brainstorming different things you might search for on the internet, or even if you were searching in the library or on the library website or something like that. What are the key search terms that you might use? And you brainstorm a list of those. This helps you if you think of synonyms or related topics or other things that might help you answer your question, and you make a list there. Then you each, in your signature color, you each take a box, and you can add more boxes to the chart. I've added a bunch, but you can add more. Each person takes a box, and in the box, in their signature color, they write down what they already know about the topic in answer to this big question up at the top. and you each write it. You can put it in bullet points, you can number them if you want to, or you can write a paragraph, what you already know about the topic. Then each person in their signature color puts what they want to know and they write questions. Remember to use the different levels of questions. That helps you create questions that are more in depth rather than a bunch of level 1 questions, which isn't really going to help you so much. You probably need to have some level 1 questions for a basic understanding of the topic, but make sure you have a level 2 and a level 3 as well. Then it's time to start taking notes. You know, when you're working in a group, a lot of times it's a good idea to look at everybody's questions collectively after everyone is finished with what they know and what they want to know. Go and look at them together and see who knows what questions do different people have. If you have a lot of overlap, then decide who's going to do this question and who's going to do that question, so that you don't end up with everybody answering the same question, and that's not enough research for a full presentation or slideshow or whatever you need to do at the end. So look over everyone's questions and decide who's going to answer what. Then you start researching, you start taking notes, again in your own words, please, adding video clips or pictures or maps or charts or any of those things here, and remembering to cite your source. You can put the link, and you also have to do the MLA citation for everything. And the very last part is to write your paragraphs. Now, I want to show you an example that some students of mine did last year. I've changed their names to protect them, not that there's anything wrong with the work that they've done, but just for their privacy. So this is a sample research project that they did last year about suspense. You'll notice right here, they all have their own signature color. They've got their first and last name and their colors. And then they've put in their research question here. What is the role of music in creating suspense in film or radio? That's what I was asking them to research, and they had to do a presentation with a slideshow or some sort of multimedia visual aid. And then they started brainstorming their search terms, and they did a great job of just putting a bunch of stuff there. So they looked at their question and they said, what sorts of things might we look up in order to answer the question? And they put a bunch of ideas, and you can see they have it in their signature colors, and you can see who did a little bit more work and maybe who did a little bit less work, okay? And then when you cruise down even more, here comes the KWL chart, and you can see this first person in green put down what he or she knows and then ask some questions. And then there are some notes here. I prefer myself to do notes in bullet points, but this person did them, she did do them in her own words, but she did them kind of, it's a little bit of a paragraph or a block. It's better to separate your ideas. And if you don't want to do bullet points, you can separate it like that so it looks a little more like notes. They really shouldn't be in complete sentences. They really should just be little jot dots or bullet points with information. Because then you're going to combine, you're going to read through all that information. And also, she doesn't really have very much information. I don't think she has enough information to write her paragraphs. Then you see that the citation is over here, a full MLA citation, and also the link, so that when I look at this and grade it and I say, who's in green? Let's see, Lauren Questioner, and I say, Lauren, you don't have enough notes here. That is not adequate to write your paragraphs. Please go back and add more. So she can click on the link, go straight back to the website where she did her research, and then add some more notes. So there should be way more notes than that. And then she does have good paragraphs here. So it looks like maybe she just got a little lazy in her note taking, but she's got some good paragraphs and some answers. She even has a quote in there. Because there's a quote here, the quote should also be over here in her notes section. So I think she got lazy with the notes, but that's what it should look like. Here's the next person, what the person knows, the questions. There's some notes, and then there are the paragraphs. And this one has the citation, but it does not have the link. So this person is missing their link, which they should have. So you get the idea. This person numbered their notes. That's good. But I still think that they should be in jot dot form, not in complete sentences. Your notes should not be in complete sentences. Here we go. This one is better. This person has notes. You can see these are not complete sentences, lots of notes here, and then they write their paragraphs over here. Okay, so that is the KWL chart. This is what you will be completing in your group so that you can do research and answer your research question.